Well, he didn't block me, which was a mistake, because I'm going to do this now. There you go. Yeah. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, J Villain, aka That Villain J, and tonight we have a very special treat for you. Yes, we do. Because we are looking at a revamp of a classic deck that I really like, that was super helpful in getting to Mythic, I believe, 1 or 2 seasons ago. And there's a couple of decks that a couple of cards from AETHERDRIFT, and I said, we got to throw them in there. We got to do a little bit better than this. And I wanted to add another dimension to it because I feel like it was always kind of one-dimensional, and we could do better than that. So what we're going to be running here is going to be a classic Truxplosion big card Reanimator, but I'm throwing a new dimension in it. Okay, so you're doing the classic Rakdos Reanimator, but what we're going to throw in there is Calyx Scion, Hunger Tyrant, and the Fling effect. So we got the big crocodiles, the big demons, the big dinos, all that good stuff. Wait till you see this one. So before we get down to this one, I need you to do something for me, guys, which is, of course, tenderly press that like button. Gently press that subscribe button, because if you don't press that like and subscribe button, guys, I'm going to be honest with you, you're going to get attacked by the like and subscribe. That is a YouTube werewolf who will viciously attack you and maul you for not liking the video and subscribing to the channel today. So make sure you go ahead and do that. Join us on a stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for all live streaming goodness. We'd love to have you there live and in person on Twitch and on YouTube. Yeah, both those places. Hit that bell. You'll be notified when we go live on either or anything new happens. Check out our Discord community for all latest news, information, post your decks, post memes, all that. Ask questions, all there in Discord. We even have our Tarkir spoilers all posted on our Discord for your viewing convenience. And, of course, this deck and all the other ones are going to be available down below on my AetherHub. So if you want a copy of this one, head right down there. So what are we talking about with the this kind of new version of Reanimator and Fling? We're kind of doing both because I wanted to give them multiple dimensions to this of how to win. So the main thing is it's a little slow. We do need like 5 mana to finish them off, but we can finish the game at 5 mana pretty effectively. It can be over quick. First things first, removal. You don't need to hear about it. 4 cut downs, 4 Bitter Triumphs. Bitter Triumph especially good because we need to fill our graveyard. So I wouldn't even really recommend swapping this out for your specific one that you want. Cut down, of course, is going to be for your small creatures, your aggro. Bitter Triumph, you want to put the new card, Calyx Scion, Itali, or Valgavoth in your graveyard. You want them in there because we want to reanimate them or we want to fling them. Whatever we can do to get them back. So they primarily want to be in your graveyard. So Bitter Triumph is a great turn 2 play to start loading up your graveyard with the cards that you're going to want to potentially reanimating as the game goes on. Now, that one is not controversial, but these ones are. I think definitely Demand Answers. I think Demand Answers is probably going to be one of the most up and coming cards really going on, because there's a lot of combos that can be made by Demand Answers. The fact that you get to discard a card and draw 2 to replace it is just huge value, especially at instant speed. Really, really good stuff here. It fills your graveyard with something that you want in there, so we can throw away the Valg or something like that if we know we can get them back, and then we get to draw 2 cards or sacrifice an artifact even to do that. So I definitely want Demand Answers. Charming Scoundrel is the one that I think people are going to disagree with me on. I rather like her for the treasure token ramp or the draw and discard. She's kind of the red Swiss Army knife. 1 red and 1/1 haste rogue. You have all these options. The Wicked Roll is okay. It's not great. But being able to ramp with the treasure, meaning that we could hit our 4-drop on turn 3 potentially, pretty huge. Discarding a card and drawing is very good too. Again, fill your graveyard with Reanimator targets, your big boys that you need to get, and flow cards into your hand. Now, this is where I want to talk about the sideboard going forward, because it's relevant. I know I usually wait for the sideboard going on, but for Charming Scoundrel, there are so many different 1-drops or 2-drops that we could fill. Bitter Reunion, that's a great one for haste. That does a very similar effect. Fear of missing out, that's everyone's favorite right there too. Discard a card, then draw a card, and then you get your second main phase if you've filled up your graveyard. Collector's Vault is also the one that people always tell me, and for some reason, I never quite get it right with Collector's Vault. Whenever I put that down and I'm doing the discard draw, I feel like the extra mana sink we have to do to activate it per turn is just kind of annoying. I'm never nuts about it, but I will say that it does have its uses, okay? So, pretty much any kind of one of these 2-drop, along with demand answers, 2-drop, draw, discard kind of engines that we can do. This is the best one because we're drawing 2 off of it. But if you don't want Charming Scoundrel, it's perfectly fine. I understand completely. You could do any one of these 2-drop ones right there. Now, here's where we get into the meat and potatoes of it. If we're getting set up with our discard draw and our, ramping effects and everything like that. Callous Sellsword is one I hadn't thought about for a while, but I wanted to bring it back because immediately when you see something like Calaxian Hunger Tyrant, you think of Fling, okay? Believe it or not, this is super effective. I've had a lot of success with him. 2 black and 1 as a 3-drop who is just massive, okay? He's just a legendary creature that has no keyword abilities because he's from Muraganda, where they don't believe in keyword abilities. They believe in just huge creatures for cheap. A 7/2 is effective. You would not, if you go first, you would be surprised how many people don't have blockers down or how many blockers we can remove and just hit for 7 on turn 4. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised at how effective that big of a creature going in with that much damage is early in the game. Just raw power going in. People don't think of like, well, a 7/2 on turn 4, swinging on turn 4, that's not going to be that effective. You'd be shocked. Now, here's where the combo comes in. I really like Calaxian for any one of these Reanimator targets, especially Callous Sellsword. Even putting down Calaxian and flinging him with Burn Together for a target creature you control deals equal to its power to any other creature, then sacrifice it. Even a turn 4 7 damage to an opponent is amazing, especially when you can reanimate him and do it again. So Callous Sellsword is going to be a key thing here, especially Burn Together. We really don't need Callous Sellsword per se for the for his 2/2. Whenever he comes in, he gets 1/1 for each creature that died this turn. That's fine. That's a way of playing him afterwards and putting a body down. Burn Together is really the effective one here. It's really, really super effective. So Calaxian's really good. You want to make him worse? Zombify, not a great target for him, okay? Because he is a legendary, but what we want to use Zombify on is we want to use that on Atali on turn 4, which is, of course, a 7-drop, 3 red, and 5 7/7 trample, and then when he enters, you get to play cards from the top of each opponent's library. You exile until you get a non-land card, and everyone gets to play those, which is insanely good because you could reanimate any one of these cards or something amazing from your opponent. We're never really going to transform him. So Zombify for your 4-drop right here. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. I'm sad it doesn't make it a zombie, but overall, Zombify is just such an amazing little piece of black magic here. And of course, Valgavoth Reanimator. We want to get our giant, humongous, horrible, hard to kill, terrible instant effect Reanimators out. That is going to be 3 black and 6. That, of course, is 9 altogether and a 9/9. Elder Demon, Flying Ward, Lifelink, sacrifice 3 non-land creatures. Of course, 9 is divisible by 3 times. You're starting to see a numeric effect right there. You're starting to see some numerology involved in this Elder Demon. Very cool. The fact that you can't kill this thing, it has a ward, sacrifice 3 creatures, is insanely good. The fact that it's a 9/9 lifelink and flying is insanely good. You know Valgavoth. If he's on the table, you've already lost. He's your Valgavoth. And then if an opponent, if a card you don't control put anywhere, so if they play cards or lose cards, you exile it and it becomes ours during our turn. We can play those by sacrificing life. So insanely good for Valgavoth. So those are going to be our Reanimator targets for Zombify specifically, okay? So that is going to be fine for those. I don't want to reanimate, I don't want to Zombify Calaxian. It's kind of a waste to spend 4 on a 3. However, I will spend it on Rakdos Joins Up. And now here's the last piece of the puzzle right here. Rakdos Joins Up, combining with Callous Sellsword, is really where we're going to make our big money. So Rakdos Joins Up is our 5-drop, 1 red and 1 black 3. When Rakdos Joins Up enters, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with an additional 2 additional 1/1 counters on it. Okay, so that's fine. So we can reanimate any creature that we want with 2/1/1 counters on it for 5. Great Rakdos card right there. Again, great for Atali. That would come in at 11/11. That would come in at 9/9. But also this would come in at a 9/4. Okay, or even if you had this on turn 4 or turn 5 and you put Rakdos Joins Up down, you could put any one of these down, reanimate this, but you'd still have Calixian Hunger Tyrant. This is where we get the effectiveness. Being able to combine Cal's Sellsword and Calixian and Rakdos Joins Up, because this is a legendary. So now you have the problem. Your opponents have the problem of if they kill this 7/2, they take 7 damage. Even if they board wipe it, the only way that they have to get it out of the way effectively is to exile, which, you know, not everyone has all the time. Some people do, some people don't. But going in for Rakdos Joins Up, because it is a legendary, you've got multiple gigantic legendary creatures that you can not only fling at your opponent for a huge amount of damage, then sacrificing them, meaning that they die, does the repeat damage again. So you do something like Callus to Calixian with a Rakdos, it does 7 damage, it does 7 damage again, reanimate it, do whatever you want. You even do Valgavoth, you can do 11 to 11 damage again. So I really wanted to do the fling and grab for Calixian as we go on, kind of reshaping our Reanimator decks here with some new powerful things. I really like that this is legendary because that means it counts for Rakdos. So really, really good stuff right there. I had a lot of fun with this one. It does work in Mythic. We are running it in Mythic. So it's got the chops. 7 swamps, 7 mountains, Blazemire Verge, Raucous Theater. I do want a couple of Raucous Theaters because the Surveil does help fill your graveyard pretty good. And we are a bit of a slower deck, so I'm not worried about that enters tapped. And I also do want the Restless Vents in there because you can attack with the Manland, and whenever you do, it comes a 2/3 black insect creature with Menace. And then whenever you attack, you can discard and draw. That discard and draw is going to be the bread and butter of this deck to make sure you get your big targets into your graveyard to come back and fling and explode with a lot of damage. So that's what we're looking at here. 17 creatures, crocodiles, demons, dinosaurs, elders, rogues, humans, and soldiers. 12 instants, 4 sorceries, 4 enchantments, 24 lands altogether. Pretty even. We do have more black than red, but I'm pretty good on keeping them even right there. Standard deck does work. If you wanted to do a little bit more black than red, I'm not mad at you if you wanted to balance that out. We already kind of talked about the sideboard because, again, anything that you swap out Charming Scoundrel with is going to be fine for these ones. Crash Through, I'm not mad about either. If you want to really do the damage that you need to do, if they're putting up a lot of stuff in your way, Calixian with Crash Through or even Valve with Crash Through is not bad because it does give you the card draw. Liliana the Villiana is good too because she can force discard both of us, so we can get our discard. She can also force sacrifice, and then she has her ultimate, which is fine. But she does work pretty well with discard and force sacrifice. We also have the great ability of force sacrificing our own creature. Again, if we had swung in with Calixian and done 7, we hit Liliana, we sacrifice him, and then he explodes for 7 more due to Rakdos. That's a good combo too. Brotherhood's End is not a bad sweeper either. It also destroys artifacts, which is super useful in the current meta, so I'm not mad at that one so much. And then we have Voldaren Thrillseeker, which I kind of really tried to find a spot for. Wasn't as effective as I wanted it to be. 1 red and 2 1/1 backup 2, meaning that when it comes in, it gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. It gives somebody else the ability to explode for 1. So you kind of need 4 mana for it to go off effectively. But you could certainly put it in there for the 4-drop or the 5-drop, slam those 1/1 counters on somebody like Kalik or Tali or something, then cause them, give them the ability to instantly explode for 1 mana, doing the damage they need to do. So I know people are going to say, how come you didn't put Voldaren in there? That's another fling and explosion card. Well, yeah, I mean, technically, but it's a little slower, and we're kind of slow enough as it is. So that is kind of the idea right there. That is what we're looking at. A kind of fun take on the Reanimator with a surprise bomb version and some lower end cards to kind of really take us to where we want to go here. So interesting, good stuff. I'm enjoying it. I had fun with it on Mythic. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Are you enjoying this current meta? Are you hyped for Tarkir? I am. I'm super stoked for Tarkir. So let's get into it, guys. Here we go into the game. Mythic Standard Ranked. Let's do it. Leave a comment. Make sure you like. Let's go. And it just doesn't want to. It just absolutely does not want to do that. It never wants to hit. That's a real shame that we got 20 people watching and 7 likes, man. SMH. That's, oh, I've done that deck a million times, Skills. That ain't fucking nothing new. I've done that deck fucking 5 times. I'm trying to stop myself from doing it a 6th time. Selesnya Enchantment's fucking powerhouse right now. Alright, let's do this. Boom. Let's get rid of you. Wow. Just dog shit, man. Fling Reanimator. Yeah, and it will not run right. It absolutely will not run right. No matter what we do here, it just won't run. We're never getting the cards we want. We're never getting the combos off we need. I don't know what it is about this deck now that just won't function. Yeah, I've done that, Skills. I don't know why you're shocked at that. I've done that exact one. I've blasted people with that. It's insanely powerful. People don't run it. I don't know why people don't run it. It fucking closes out. The big issue is if people have a lot of removal. That's the only thing it's vulnerable to. If they're smacking you down left and right, that's kind of your biggest issue. Alright, so we're going to do Charming Scoundrel. Probably going to fucking counterspell it or something. Boom. Discard a card and draw a card. Yeah, it wasn't the last time I did that. Gear Hulk Invincible was basically the same thing. That was fucking February 20th. Maybe I'll do another one this month then. Updated. Yeah, I've done a few videos on it. Selesnya Enchantments. I've done a couple videos on them. Yeah. Last one was February. Or sometimes known as February. Boom, 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 boom. Resolve. Boom. So he's probably going to have counter spells, which means I won't be able to get off Zombify. Oh, I'm shocked that he actually is going to let it through. We'll hit Rakdos Theater. Discard that. Bitter Triumph. Stock up. Destroy. Shielded Edict. We'll do you. Doomsday Excruciation. Okay, so this is the mill. This is the mill ruin. Boom. I like the Doomsday. I like the Doomsday force draw. I've got a lot of self-mill. I feel like I've got quite a bit. Demand Answers, Bitter Triumph, Restless Vents, Rakdos Theater, Charming Scoundrel. Like, I feel like I've got quite a lot. Another MTG YouTube channel seems to be crashing out hard. Was wondering, who's crashing out? I might know them. I've been doing this for 4 years. 4 years is your answer. Do you guys see how I'm gonna win yet? Draw another land. Listen, it's hard. The algorithm picks winners and losers sometimes, man. Sometimes people just don't vibe with your content. I'm in a little bit of a slump right now compared to I was maybe 6 months ago. I'm kind of just holding steady. I'm not experiencing explosive growth. And other people are blowing up. So, you know, it happens. I am at the point where I'm basically addicted to this. I love doing it so much. And even when I don't doing it, I fucking have to do it. And it's reached the point where it's a decent source of extra income. Not gonna lie. To play Magic 2 hours a night for a decent source of extra income is not the worst thing. And I love doing it. It's not just that, it's that it's very enjoyable. Really? I did not know that. I gotta go talk to him. I know Mana Man. Wow. It is very, very hard, man. Sometimes the algorithm just won't fucking grab for you, bro. It won't grab for you. Yeah, he's a very nice guy. He's genuinely. I've seen a few people crash out. And I hate to see it. I genuinely don't like to see that. It's very sad. Because you have people who are not as nice, who I know behind the scenes are not as nice. And also, there are people who also cheat their way to the top. And there's other people that do other nefarious, underhanded things to get it successful, and they are. And it's very sad when you see somebody who is genuine and puts a lot of heart and soul to what they do and actually cares and does unique things and crash out. I'm going to have to watch that. I didn't see it on my feed, but the algorithm, she's a harsh mistress, man. It's not easy. It's very frustrating when you work really hard at something and you get nothing out of it. I'm not naming names, but I do know people that have taken shortcuts, let's call it that, and are very successful because of it. I'm not going to talk bad about any MTG YouTuber, but or streamer, because they're all my colleagues. It's not professional. But I've been in this game for a long time, and I know what I've interacted with everybody, and I've seen everyone's growth, and it's hard. It's very hard. It requires a lot more than, here's the thing, it requires a lot more than you see behind the scenes. Okay? So what you see me doing right now, or what you see from the video, that's not all the work it does. It requires a lot more work than that. And it's very tricky to make it worth it sometimes. So I've thought about quitting. I have. I get just enough growth to make it worth it. And sometimes I blow up. But overall, I get a, I get a steady stream that is enough to keep it going. But it can hurt. It absolutely can hurt. Yeah, that was kind of funny. That everyone was like, yeah, Croakies is the other big VTuber. Well, we're on a little bit of a run now. Oh, here's my water. The meanest, all right, I'll tell you guys. The meanest other MTG YouTuber that I met, really a big diva. There's this, he's kind of smaller, but everyone knows him. His name's MTG Hillbilly. Oh, that man can swear a blue streak. And he is mean to the bone. You should see him in the early access Discord. Everybody's afraid of him. We're scared to death of him. One time somebody called him out and his account was gone the next day. His whole channel was deleted. After that, none of us even tried. Yeah, that hillbilly. About as mean as they come. Don't tell him I said that, though. All right, he'll come after me. You're just gonna see a page not found warning if he hears about this. What is that? What I'm trying to think of a real good hillbilly expression. Meaner than a crocodile with a toothache. I'll tell you what. You'd be better on that one to give me a good hillbilly expression. That's more of a Cajun one. Let's see. Resolve. Boom. Use Valgs. Callus. Boom. Silveski. Buggerman, 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 Buggerman. Let's do that. Raucous Theater. Surveil. I don't know what this guy's doing. Is he doing Omniscience? Reanimator? Probably. I don't know if that's ever happened where a IRL streamer, a real flesh and blood streamer, has been accused of being a VTuber. Everyone just calls him a VTuber no matter what. Ooh, Canadian dollars. Very nice. Hey, what's up, Incubus? Man, he is always so high energy. But it's hard, man. It's not easy, bro. You put so much of yourself in your videos, and you put so much energy into it, and when it gets roundly rejected, it feels personal. Does that make any sense? Like, it feels so deeply personal. It's different from other work. If you do a bad job at your fucking, you know, your office job, you're like, well, whatever. It's, you know, oh, yeah, I didn't try as hard or whatever. But when you're making something creative and you put it out there and people are like, no, we don't want this. Man, it hurts a lot. Hey, what's up, Mosasaur Kid? We're just talking about creator burnout. We're just talking about creator burnout right now. Yeah, no, it feels very personal. And you, part of the trick is to make it not feel that way as best as you can. Otherwise, you're gonna end up crashing out. You know. Amplify. All right, let's hit the Italian job. What is up, Mosasaur? Yeah, you know, it's tough. Listen, I've been doing this shit for a long time. Zombify. Another Italian job. Decline. Sunfall. Boom. Keep that one. Terizian Mindbreaker. And that thing. We'll say discard a card, then draw a card. Resolve. Thank you for following Magic Card King. Welcome to the show. Alright, he's gonna do like a Sunfall. Yeah, it's a very tough time because it's a lot of times it's like if I don't succeed at this, then it means that I'm bad, that I've done something wrong, you know. It's a reflection of myself, you know. It's easy to fall into that trap, you know what I'm saying? So, man, Authority solos. Well, how was your stream? Let's talk about something less depressing. How was your stream? Get any good Brawl decks in? I know that's what you play is Brawl. Brawl. Meowdy, how you doing, TJ Tiger Cat? TK Tiger Cat. Oh, let me give you a shout out, Mosasaur. Yeah, I actually just built a Kona deck. Well, standard Kona deck. Your last stream sucked. Mosasaur Kid. There we go. Oh, that didn't work at all. All right, I'm making it complicated on myself. Let me make it easy on myself here. There we go. Perfect. Like, remember the movie Like Mike featuring Lil Bow Wow? It made more money than the marbles. What a unique piece of trivia. Thank you for that, Mr. Gobbler. Hey, Ghost Cowboy. Some people call me the Ghost Cowboy. Some call me the Gangster of Love. I'm gonna kill it, dude. It's gonna happen. Boom, 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 boom. I do a Brawl deck every now and again. I'm not Mr. Commander. Here's the thing. I'm so ancient that Commander is basically a brand new whippersnapper format for me, okay, guys? This is what you gotta understand. Commander may as well be the steam engine or the Automocar. It is so new. And listen, Planeswalkers feel new to me. That's how long I've been playing this. I've been playing this game since 1994, okay? Planeswalkers debuted in 2007. I had played this game for 13 years before I had ever seen a Planeswalker card. That should give you a little bit of perspective on what on what is going on here. So yeah, EDH, is the whippersnapper format. That's for young folk. I'm adapting to it, but it's little by little. Exile, very nice. Return Monument, very nice. He can just activate that. I have to be honest, I kind of, if we're talking about 100 card commander formats, I think Brawl is probably the more interesting one. Brawl is probably the more interesting one as opposed to 4-player commander EDH. I think that may be the more... I like the one-on-one. If we're talking about 4-player, I actually like Two-Headed Giant. 4-player free-for-all kind of is all over the place. Yeah, it's more of a silly, it's a casual. That's why CEDH is so strange to me, but I have nothing against Commander. I'm just not like Commander's biggest, strongest soldier. Like, that's... I don't know. I feel like maybe since I don't talk about Commander, because that's like where the center of gravity of Magic is right now, is in Commander, but for the most part, I'm fine just doing whatever. I've played it. I own a few decks. I've done Brawl. I love my Veto Brawl deck. I love my Veto Brawl deck. Oh my god, I love it so much. You don't understand, guys, how much I love my Veto Brawl deck. I want Veto to feed them. I want to feed the world to Veto. I should run that again. What's a good commander from AETHERDRIFT? The best thing to get a commander from AETHERDRIFT is go to the AETHERDRIFT page, then click anywhere else on not AETHERDRIFT. Kenta Rose. Sure, Kenta Roses. That'll work. Boom, boom. Let's say create a treasure token. Let's do that. Boom. I can't, in good conscience, recommend Frog Mommy because she is in fact Simic. My Veto Commander deck can get you in such a death spiral that it's so good. It's so good. Does he have a counterspell? That's what we're asking ourselves here. Let's see if he does. Let's see if he does. End turn. Okay. I don't want to do anything until he acts. That's the trick here. I would say, I mean, I don't think that the one I just did, Basri's pretty good if you want to do a cat deck. I think he's actually a pretty good cat daddy. I think that the other one, the zombie one, is pretty cool. That's fine. All right, let's try to do this first. I know he's trying to bait out my counterspell, so let's do this first. I'm gonna bait out the counterspell. Oh. Valgs. Okay. Valg Terror Eater. Nowhere to run. Yeah. What kind of deck are you running? I'm trying to get back into Magic. This is going to be a standard Rakdos Reanimator Fling. Frog Mommy. Yeah, I saw that frog and I'm like, I'm sure people are going to be normal about this. People are always so normal about Frog Mommies. Oh, I love this card. Boom, boom. Okay, do that. He's probably going to take Charming Scoundrel. I would. Yeah. And do that. He already knows what I'm up to now. Mosasaur, who is your favorite commander of all time? Just goated, #1 all-time commander. Fantastic. Drew 2 more lands on that. That's great. If you're still there, Mosasaur. Boom. We do have a jerk problem in Paper Magic occasionally, yeah. Look, another land. Fantastic. I love that. They'll probably get the 3rd bat here so we can take my last Rakdos joins up. Now there's Forsaken Miner. Alright, well, I'm going to get a Tali next turn if he keeps bullshitting. Keep bullshitting, man. I'm going to get a Tali. I'm going to launch the Italian job. Even if they play a removal, it's going to hurt because I'm going to get double the amount of stuff back from them. So, unless they do an exile. No, they're going to play that. That's going to do 9 damage. We still get the trigger. Yeah. We still get the trigger. Okay, that'll work. Okay. Uh-oh. Yep, it's Sunbeams, guys. Everybody get ready, it's Sunbeams. You guys like Sunbeams? You like games that go on and on forever and accomplish nothing? Boy, do we got a deck for you. Boy, do we got a deck for you. Do you like decks that fucking go on forever and never accomplish anything and never get anywhere and deny everybody and are boring? Oh boy, do we got the deck for you. Oh boy, howdy. Here we go. We're going to discard a crad. We're going to discard that one. Actually, we're going to discard that one. Boom. Crucible, Sellsword. No, Castle. Come on. Alright, we're drawing garbage here. Great. Deep Cavern fucking value. Remove all. Boom. Boom. This. Boom. Where am I on the ladder? Oh, I'm number 48 on the whatchamacallit ladder. Raucous Theater again. I guess. On the AETHERDRIFT ladder. On the AetherHub ladder. That's cool. What's up, Dialoth? Yeah, if they're playing black and they're on the 2-drop, if they're not playing a removal, they're deep caverning value. I mean, just being able to kill just being able to kill a whatchamacallit, just being able to look at your opponent's hand is so powerful. So yeah, Sunbeams is going to be a terrible situation here. Unless I get Rakdos joins up or Zombify, I'm pretty much dead. So there's an 18% chance I hit what I need to hit here. No, that's a land. Raucous Theater. Italian Job. We're going to say discard a card. Discard that. No attacks. End turn. Hey Jay, love the videos and streams. Do you play any Commander IRL? If so, what's your current go-to to Commander? So my current go-to Commander deck is the Necron's Precon that I've modified ever so slightly, and I either use Trazyn the Infinite or Zarek the Silent King. I also use MYTHIC the Stormlord for a paper commander. In digital, if I'm playing on Arena, my favorite commander is Veto. I haven't been able to build a Veto paper deck yet. I actually have a second channel where I do paper products and Commander and stuff, if you didn't know that, Audio Dregs. Believe it or not, it's right there, yeah. It's called The Villain's Lair. We do a little bit of everything. Nib City, USA. Oh my goodness. I didn't even know Nib City is coming in right here. You didn't raid us, did you? Did I miss a raid from Nib City? All the way from Nib City? Downtown, metropolitan Nib City? No, apparently not. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, it's Kevin Legion, it's bad. How you doing? I'm Bad Kappa. Welcome to the show. Okay. Let's keep going on this. I think that the biggest miss with MKM is it should have been set on New Capenna. New Capenna already had gangsters in a 1930s theme. If we were putting detectives and if we were putting like detectives and gumshoes and murder mysteries and crime and crap, that belonged in New Capenna. Yeah, AETHERDRIFT was also a very low power set. It's a support set. Yeah, and it would have been awesome. I think that would solve most of the problems. You told people we're going back to Ravnica for like the third time, it's going to be crazy, and then it was like nothing even Ravnica related. Like it was barely even Ravnican. It was just this weirdo mishmash. If they would have done that, you'd had a banger. But I think they were afraid it wouldn't have stood on their own. I think they were genuinely afraid it couldn't have stood on its own, and I think it absolutely could have. So they're going to play Inquisitive Glimmer. Unfortunately, as much as I like to do this, we're going to have to kill you right away. Discard a card. I would have loved to play something else, but we're going to do that. We're looking at a turn 4 Valgs. Listen, my headcanon is that Ravnica, the MKM happened on New Capenna. I like New Capenna. Believe it or not, I know a lot of people didn't, but I thought it was cool. Alright, let's do that. Let's say... let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, Zombify, very nice. Okay. No tanks. They're gonna flash something in. You're gonna flash in a 2/3 while I got a black mana open? Waste. No. No, every single crime in the world is justified when it comes to killing Atraxa. I will excuse any action. I will excuse any action in the world when it comes to killing Atraxa. As a matter of fact, they should. I'll give you the controversial opinion. They should have dropped more cities on her. They should have dropped an extra one. Enemy tracker number 2. Boom. There is no crime so great that it could be not justified and used to destroy Atraxa. I'll stand on that. I'll stand on business on that one. Boom, 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 boom. Zombify. Italian job. Boom. Whoop, whoop. Enduring innocence. That. Say, discard a card. Kill you. Discard you. Whoop. Whoop. Oh, they might. Hello. I think they're also just spamming just to be silly. Stick them up. No, I think it feels horribly painful. From what I understand is that being completed is awful. I think that they're... I think it's probably pretty bad to get completed. I don't think people would like it. All right, let's do this. Rakdos joins up. Boom, boom. Well. Let's see what they got here. Air Drain Pixie. Are they going to bounce? Bounce that. Nice. Bottomless pool. Up to one creature to its owner's hand. It also could be dependent on doing the completing. It feels like you're getting sick, from what I understand. It feels like you're getting a fever. The first stages of phyresis is, it feels like you are becoming ill. Well, he didn't block me, which was a mistake, because I'm going to do this now. There you go. Yeah. There we go. That's the mistake of not blocking. He thought he was being clever. Thought he was being clever there. You weren't being clever. Hey, look at that. Let's see what we can do, guys. We got about 15 minutes left. By the way, the zombie deck from yesterday fucking ripped, dude. It was tearing up Mythic. If you haven't seen it, please. Hey, what's up, Dirt Nymph? Wow, I got a bunch of people here tonight. I didn't even know that was you, Dirt Nymph. I just got random streamers watching me. I didn't even recognize that was you. Dirt McGirt. Please go watch Dirt McGirt. Absolutely not. You demand answers. Okay, we have a Tali in the graveyard, so we're ready to rock and roll with the Zombify. We're going to see here what they want to do. Essence Channeler. Let's save that. Boom. And then we'll say, pay 3 life. Kill you. Boom. Abandon Vanguard and the pump. Pop, pop. There, go check out Dirt McGirt, my streaming contemporary. Let's hit the Zombify, FT dubs, boom. Oh, it's so Jover. Ajani's Pridemate, naturally, and Velgs. Hawk Tua. Might try to hit me with Sheltered, but I think it's pretty much Jover. Yeah, they're going to Shelter me. Yeah, they'll hit Atali with the Shelter. However, I'm just going to hit Atali for a second time, which is going to be rough. I'm just going to second hit Atali. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to say go then. We're going to say do that. They're going to say we're not going to block. They may be giving up here. Hold steady, everyone. No, they're going to block. Fantastic. Boom. Gain the life. The Hawk becomes ours. Then we say, pay 3 life. Boom. Yes. Boom. Ward 2, auto pay. Pop. Hit. Pop. Does that. Flip it and grip it. Exemplar of Light. Another Valgs. We'll keep that one. Boom. Boom. And then we are steady. We are ready steady. That's bad. That's real bad. That's real bad, guys. I don't think that this is a good situation to be in. I got a feeling that this is... Yeah, thank you, man. Much obliged. Yep. That is an ugly, ugly situation to be in. Hey, achievement complete. Look at that. Fantastic. Boom. Alright, well, we actually started to get some on the Crocodile God deck here. Well, not Crocodile God, but the Crocodile run. The Fervent. Excellent. Started to get some heat on it, guys. Started to get a little bit of a little spice on this mice. That doesn't make any sense. Overall, the run tonight was looking 6-4, which is, you know, not bad. I think that one of them I scooped immediately because it was Omniscience, and he immediately put Omniscience in his graveyard, and I just didn't feel like dealing with that. So, slightly modified, especially with Calyx Scion, is actually a kind of a hidden bonus for you. He's kind of a wild card, no pun intended. As an uncommon who can do a lot of damage when flung, or when hit with Rakdos, he's a spicy guy. So you can't be mad at the legendary crocodiles for doing what they do. So all that being said, guys, I've been Jay Villainy. You've been great. Thank you so much for coming by. We'll see you in the next one. Adios.